What's up, everybody? Your boy Pat back again with another edition of Second Take, where I talk tech and I speak sports. Today's topic of the day is the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus versus the Samsung Galaxy A71.
This is a Heat Rocks production.
Now, before we get into it, make sure you like and subscribe, and hit the bell as it helps out the channel. So in comparing these phones, make sure you keep in mind that the S10 Plus came out in 2018 and is a high-end flagship Samsung Galaxy phone, while the A71 5G Ultra Wide came out last year, 2019, and is considered a mid-range phone. So let's first talk about the screens. The S7 measures at 6.1 inches. It is 3040 by 1440. It has a 19 by 9 aspect ratio and has 550 ppi, pixels per inch. The A71, on the other hand, is a big boy, 6.7 inch phone. It measures a 2400 by 1080 and has a 20 by 9 aspect ratio with 393 on the ppi scale. As far as Gorilla Glass, both of these do come with Gorilla Glass, but the S10 has Gorilla Glass 6, while the A71 has Gorilla Glass 3. Getting into the CPU, the S10 is a Snapdragon 855, and the A71 has a Snapdragon 765. GPU side of things, they both use an Adreno processor, the S10 having a 640, while the A71 has a 620. RAM, 8 gigabytes across the board. Storage, 128 gigabytes across the board on the base model. SD card support, S10 up to 512 gigabytes, A71 up to 1 terabyte of support. Battery, the S10 has a 3400 milliamp hour battery, while the A71 has a 4500 milliamp battery. As far as charging is concerned, the A71 is a wired fast charger. It has no wireless capabilities, while the S10 does have wireless fast charging up to 2.0. It has Qi charging capabilities and it has reverse wireless charging as well. When it comes to cameras, the S10 has a triple camera, while the A71 has a quad camera. Main cameras, the S10 has a 12 megapixel with OIS support, while the A71 has a quad megapixel with no OIS support. Their second cameras, 12 megapixel telephoto OIS support on the S10, while the A71 has a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera. Their third cameras, the S10 has a 16 megapixel ultra wide, while the A71 has a 5 megapixel macro capable camera. The fourth camera, obviously the S10 does not have it, and the A71 has another 5 megapixel camera that is a depth camera. As far as recording video capabilities on the rear camera, the S10 is capable of 4K 60 frames per second, and the A71 is capable of 4K 30 frames per second. When it comes to the selfie camera, the one in the front, the S10 has a 10 megapixel camera. It is also capable of recording in 4K, and the A71 has a 32 megapixel camera that is only capable of recording in 1080p. Dimension wise, the S10 is thinner while the A71 is taller and wider. The weight, 5.54 ounces for the S10 Plus, the A71 at 6.63 ounces. When you look at materials and build quality, the S10 Plus is all glass, all aluminum, while the A71 is plastic and aluminum. IP68 certified on the S10 Plus, while the A71 is not IP68 certified. They both have an in-screen, under-the-screen fingerprint scanner. They are both capable of 5G. I know the model I have here is not capable for the S10, but they did come out with a 5G variant, as is the A71 that I have here is capable of 5G. This is the A71 5G Ultra Wide Edition. Speaker-wise, the S10 Plus is stereo speakers, and the A71 only has mono. Bluetooth support, they both are capable of Bluetooth 5.0. Now, let's talk about cameras. Do a real quick comparison of the front-facing cameras in night mode, and I will say that low light, the Galaxy S10 Plus actually looks way better The Galaxy A71 is looking really bad. That's how they look when they get into light. So yeah, big difference here. So this is what the camera looks like. They're both side by side and it's dark. So we'll do a little test. I'll tell you, the one on the left right now seems like it's pretty much jumping more than the one on the right. The right is the flagship Galaxy S10 Plus. The left is the Galaxy A71. We'll see how this actually works out when we do the video. But this is what the phone sounds like. So we'll do a sound comparison. This is what the Galaxy S10 Plus sounds like. And this is what the Galaxy A71 sounds like. Okay, here's the differences between the front cameras. So right off the bat, I can see differences in the sky. I can see differences in skin tone. But I'll let you guys be the judge of this. Whoops. So here's the difference between the front cameras. And they're side by side, so you can see which one you prefer. But this is what the front cameras look like. Kind of give you a little spin around so you can see the differences in colors. These cameras definitely are different. All right, here we go. Doing a little side by side again. This time in the day, just seeing how it performs differently from in the night. You can hear the sound differences between the Galaxy S10 Plus and the Galaxy A51. So overall, I would say that despite these cameras having way different specs and being very different in terms of technology, I would say that camera-wise, when taking pictures, the Galaxy S10 outperforms when you're in low light and when you're in direct sunlight. But I would say inside, pictures from the A71 are definitely better, as the Galaxy S10 kind of struggles with not having enough light inside. But when outside at night, it seems to do better with low light situations. Kind of weird, but that's the experience I've had. Video wise, I would say I was blown away by the Galaxy S10 and its capabilities. At night, it did really good in taking great video, and it's not as jumpy as the A71. Now I know it does have a steady feature, but you're not able to zoom with it, so I didn't even bother. Overall, I would say both of these phones are really good phones, especially one being a flagship and one being a mid-range. For a mid-range phone, the Galaxy A71 is a great phone. If you're looking for things like wireless charging and IP68 certification as far as waterproofing are concerned, you definitely want to go for the S10. But it is 2020 and both of these phones are older phones, so you may want to just suggest waiting for the new flagship, the Samsung Galaxy S21, which should be released in the next couple of weeks. It's your boy Pat. Peace. Catch you in the next one.